Oh yeah, it's all about old school blues. That was Midnight Special, the Lead Belly Classic, on the new Julian James release, Silver Spade. Everything about Julian James and his new album, Silver Spade, shouts the love of traditional blues for all to hear. His style is rooted in the old-time acoustic strummers of a bygone era, and he joins next generation artists such as Larkin Poe, Blind Boy Paxton and Pokey Lafarge in bringing authentic new voices to a style that has endured for 100 years. Julian James, welcome back to Blues on the Hill.
Thanks very much for having me, Baz.
So tell us the concept behind Silver Spade. It is actually inside the album cover.
Yeah, there's a little quote there. So basically, about 12 months ago, I was working full time. I also owned a gardening business, which I bought to learn how to run a business. So I bought it as a test. I've always been a very practical person, and I struggle learning in a classroom environment. So I figured the best way to learn how to run a business is to actually just buy a small business and run it. So I bought this gardening business, and I was also gigging with Voodoo and solo 10 to 12 to 15 times a month. So I was doing all that, and there was a point where I was sitting there and I said, I'm just doing too much. All I want to be doing is doing music. So the only way I'm going to make that, I heard this great Chinese proverb. It was, if you want to take the island, you got to burn the boats. So I was sort of looking around, and I was looking at all my things and all the stuff that I'd never touched, that you don't want to throw out but you don't use, and I was just doing it. I was making good money. I bought a new car, and I was on track to in 2 years I could have bought a house, and it just wasn't what I wanted to do. So I sold the business. I quit the job, and I moved into my van, and I'm trying to take the island. So this is the only option I have, and the process of moving into 3 by 2 meters squared, moving your whole life into something that small is quite a really interesting process, because you feel so free, because you just shed all the stuff. I like to call it stuff. So that's the reference to Silver Spade, is, everyone's always chasing money for happiness, and they're always digging their own graves, and then they look around and they're 70 or 80 and they've just been working their entire life,
The quote goes, the things you own end up owning you. It's only after you lose everything that you're free to do anything. Mm-hmm. The quote inside the album. So, yeah, that's the concept behind it. Tell me about this crazy tour you're about to embark on.
Well, it seems to only be getting crazier. I've pretty much booked myself out for the next 4 months until Echuca is where I'm up to at the moment. I'm pushing up about 70 shows, 60 or 70 shows. So it's between Tasmania and Cooktown. So I'm going from the bottom all the way up.
Now, you brought the guitar in because, it's with you the whole time now.
It is. Well, because currently I'm a Sunbury local.
You are.
I'm parked in the car spot.
Your home is Sunbury, so take me down the river. Tell us about this one.
So I met up with an ex-girlfriend that I hadn't seen for about 8 years, that we ended on really bad terms, I guess you could say, as most breakups do. It was really interesting because we managed to meet up as friends. So it's that whole, and we just sat down and we talked and just caught up. And as time heals everything, that's kind of the principle of this song. And I sort of went home and I wrote this song. And that's the story behind the song. I'll play it for you now. Take me down to that riverbank. Take me down tonight. Take me down to that riverbank by the old moonlight. Take me down. Fill my cup with old memories. Fill my cup tonight. Each one a violet melody of another time. Take me down. Skip the stones and watch them sing. Skip the stones tonight. Each one a little remedy of another time. Take me down. Take me down. Take me down.
You're back with Baz and Julian James. We're featuring tracks from Silver Spade, Julian's new release, and he's got the guitar in the hands. Can't come in the studio and just get away with one. What are we going to do now?
This next one is one called Mr. Devil. I wrote this on my first Tasmanian tour. I just caught about 10 kilos of salmon off the beach and I was knackered. And I'd had a few to drink and I was sitting in this national park by myself and I think I was listening to a bit of Dutch on, I think I had a CD of his or something in the car. And I just really wanted to write a lot of my songs are sort of pay homage to the great bluesman. Well, I'll try my attempt to pay homage to the great bluesman, and Dutch is definitely up there with one of Australia's, best and most authentic. Definitely lived the life of a bluesman. I came up with a song called Mr. Devil, and just to do that finger picking sort of 12-bar stuff. So
Take it away.
Well, the stars are shining, the moon is coming out before shore. Well, the stars are shining, the moon is coming out strikes midnight and I hear a faint knock on my back door. Well, hello, Mr. Devil. Oh, sir, please won't you come on in? Well, hello, Mr. Devil. Oh, sir, won't you come on in? I got a pocket full of whiskey and a table load of sin. Oh, come on, Mr. Devil. Some old-fashioned backdoor man. Well, my girl's gone and left me for some old-fashioned backdoor man. So tell me, Mr. Devil, what's a boy gotta do with a shaky gun hand? Well, hello, Mr. Devil. Oh, sir, please won't you come on in? Hello, Mr. Devil. Oh, sir, please come on in. I got a pocket full of whiskey, table load of sin.